Before we start, just understand this is not a signal service. Everything you see here is for educational purposes only. Trading involves risk, and the goal here is not to follow trades, it's to learn the process behind them.
Good morning, and welcome to I'm the Trader Capital live trading floor. It's Tuesday, August 25th. First and foremost, all glory to the Most High God. Let's bow our heads for a quick prayer before we get into the charts, all right? Because without Him, we wouldn't be here. We would be nothing, all right? So, all glory to Him. Let's go. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for another opportunity to try again to learn and grow in these markets. Father, we ask that your will be done today as it is in heaven. Father, we ask that you give us the heart of a giver and make us a lover of our neighbor. Please let me not lead anyone that listens to me astray, but use me as a vessel to bring your children back onto you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. 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 Can the church say amen? Where is this thing? Amen. Let's begin, folks.
Before we jump into the charts, I just want to say this. There was a time I used to sit down on the charts with no real plan, jumping between strategies, losing, blowing accounts, second guessing every entry, and honestly just hoping that the trade would work. And that's where most traders are today, not because they're not capable, but because they don't have a structured process. The biggest pitfalls that causes traders to fail is that they have no knowledge on money, they don't know how to lose, they don't know how the markets operate, and they don't have a winning model. 90% of traders fail, all 90% are plagued with one or more of these pitfalls. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 pillars that every trader must have in their trading to survive and thrive in the financial markets, so you can join the 10% who succeed and fast track your way to the top 1% of the wealthiest people on this planet. It's called the 10% to 1% club. Let's go. Woo! But before we dive deep into the 3 core pillars, when you step into this arena, on this battlefield, you must first have 2 crucial realizations. Realization number 1, trading is war. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is the hardest thing that you will ever do in your life. Realization number 2, all traders are money managers. As a trader, your ability to manage money is vital to your survival in this industry and in life as we know it. Most traders think that success in the markets comes from finding the perfect strategy or catching the biggest moves. But the reality is, trading success is built on 3 core pillars. First is money and mindset. This is the foundation of success. Then is risk management. This is the holy grail of trading. This is what will keep you in the game long after everybody else has quit. And lastly, we have trading edge. This is where all traders start. I know this because this is where I started. That's why in today's session, we're going to hone in on your trading edge. Now, everything that we do here is built around one thing, and that is confidence in your trading edge. And at I'm the Trader Capital, our confidence comes from 3 things. First, it comes from understanding how the market actually operates. Not what social media says, but how money truly moves. Second is having one trader model. One model with IPDA signatures that we trust and execute on a consistent basis. Third is having a plan and a process, because without a plan and a process, you're just reacting to price and you're winging it each and every time. And this right here, this session, this is where we focus on the 3rd piece, the process.
So many people lose confidence in trading and in life because they simply don't have a plan. There's no process they're following. There's no procedures and protocols that they're abiding by. They literally are just winging it. And they wonder why they can't get consistent. They wonder why there's ups and downs in their equity curves. They literally can't figure it out. The uncertainty of not knowing exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it,
why and when you're doing it in the market will cause you to fail in trading. Confidence and certainty are key if you want to be successful in trading, and it's your responsibility as the trader, as the analyst, as the fund manager. It's your responsibility to attain that confidence, not only in your model, but also in your processes. So what I want to do right now real quickly is I want to share with you the process that we teach all our analysts at I'm the Trader Capital, and then we'll see that process live in action. This is the 3-step trading process. Step 1, condition. This is where we determine our bias. Before we even think about entering a trade, we need to know the market program. Are we in a buy program or sell program? This is where the market shows its hand. Then we have step 2, stage. This is what sets up your trade and what does your trade look like. There are 2 types of trades, retracement setups and continuation setup. Then we have step 3, execution. This is how you're going to enter, manage, and close the trade. At I'm the Trader Capital, we have 4 entry criteria before executing. I'm not here to force trades. I'm here to execute my plan step by step in real time. All right, let's get into the live trading floor. Now, as you're watching, don't just look for entries. Pay attention to the process behind the entries, because this is what will get you into the 10% of traders who succeed. And if you want to go further to the 1%, well, that's where we break down all 3 pillars inside of the program. I used to think that winning trades built confidence, but it's not the wins. It's knowing exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it, and why you're doing it before, during, and after each trade. And that is what we're building here. Let's begin with our daily trading processes.
Weekly target going into this week is 3% as usual. All right. Mental check-in. Feeling generally okay. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to fix this thing right here. It's bothering me. Uno momento. Bloody hell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this thing on? Can you hear me? All right. Okay. All right. Mental check-in. Feeling generally okay. All right. Excited to see what price action has in store for us today. Excited to continue to grow, get 1% better. I feel like, I'm ready 1% better. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Welcome. 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 Nothing of note to mention. As always, just head down, thumbs up in the grind, trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. So I'm not really trying to bring outside factors, outside influences into what I got going on here. Just really focused on where I'm going and what I'm doing here, okay? So nothing of note to mention really and truly going on. I accept any risk that comes with trading today. I understand that trading comes with real risk and that losing is part of the battle. News is Tuesday, August 25th, all right? This is the week of Jackson Hole Symposium. Jackson Hole. I'm really looking to be done by Wednesday, okay? And then we'll tape read the last 2 days of the week. So, but let's see how the next 2 days goes. Anyway, news. We had 9. Medium impact news come out at 9. High impact news coming out at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we're looking for post 10 o'clock today. All right. we're not gonna get in early today. We're aiming for post 10 o'clock. All right. But we have news today, making it an optimal day to take a trade. Risk going into today. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Are we live? Welcome to the live trading floor. Soon this is going to be a huge building, but we all have to start somewhere. Anyway, risk we're at 0.25 of account size, and we have a max of 0.75 per account. All right. I'm depending on how this week finishes or this month finishes, I'm going to increase my risk for next month. But let's see how I feel at the end of this month. Okay. Weekly program. I'm not sure if either side of Monday's range has been established, but we have Monday's range now, so we can go ahead and see. All right, review overnight price action to see if anything's happened to establish a weekly program. Then we'll go ahead and adjust our higher time frame ranges and continue with our 3-step trading process. Okay, different day, different week, same procedures, same processes. All right, nothing changes here. Sometimes I may sound robotic. That's just because I know what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is the same thing. Okay. And that's how it should be. That's how your trading should be. Every day shouldn't be something different. The markets can give you different stuff, right? The market can do what it wants to do. All right, we dug a bit deeper into this weekly inefficiency here. All right, still respecting consequent encroachment of it, like the midpoint. It's a suspension block, so it's suspended. Body-wise, all right, we're still respecting the middle of this inefficiency. So we still have bullish order flow from the higher time frame. Oh, thank God for the undo button, right? Oh my goodness. I'm adjusting my higher time frames. I haven't. Oh, let's do weekly program first before we adjust the higher time frames. Let's do it in order, innit? Let's do it in order. So for my weekly program, right, I don't use previous week's information, but you can use previous week's range to determine your current weekly program. I like to use current things, right? Within that week, I like to use the current price action within that week, within that day, okay? Because that's what's current. That's what's happening today. This is what's happening this week. So I go from 12 a.m., all right, Monday, 12 a.m., 24th of August, 12 a.m., to Tuesday, 25th of August, 12 a.m., right? We get the lowest low. I don't think it's a fib. It's not a fib. It's this. It's the parallel channel. We got the lowest low to highest high. Where's the highest high? Right here is at 12 a.m. Push it to this. And that will give me Monday's range, which will determine my weekly condition. Okay, so as you can see, we've taken Monday's high. All right, same thing we do with the dealing range, right? So I'm assuming, right, I'm in a buy program for the week, all right, and I'm going to maintain that buy program until price comes down and takes Monday's range low. Okay, so with that being said, let's look at draws and liquidity. Actually, let's sort out higher time frame ranges, and then we can look at draws and liquidity for the week that we're looking at. All right, so last 3 days needs adjusting, previous day needs adjusting. Let's start with previous. Let's do the last 3 days. So this is Tuesday. We're looking at Monday, Friday, Thursday. The high is Thursday's high. Low is Monday's low. Previous day, high right here, or the same low down here. And we've adjusted our 20-day. 20-day, we're still good on 20-day. 20-day, we're still good on 20-day. In a few more days, the low will need to be adjusted, but we're still good for now. So high time frame ranges are Gucci Poochie, above Monday's range, okay. For long-term look, we have 3-day look back high. We also have this new week opening range gap, and above that we have this new week opening range gap. Okay, so this initially is my draw on liquidity, all right, to continue higher based on Monday's high being taken. So let's proceed. As we proceed to give you what you need, dealing range 12 a.m. the current price action, technically to 9:15. Obviously, that's my current price action. If I was showing up at 10 o'clock, obviously, I'll still use 9:15, okay? Good morning, good morning. No risk, no reward. Hell yeah. Scared money makes no money. If I go broke, I'm going to take your money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Low is low. High is high. Gives us our dealing range for the day. Let's extend it to about 4:30. Let's do yeah, about 6 p.m. is cool. Get the fib up in here. Which one is this one? Bear with me. Same thing I do for the weekly. Look for draws on liquidity. Miss Die. Oh, and we're kicking off 9:30 open. Open range gap is below price. Decent size open range gap is below price, so we gapped up. So we have a premium gap up. So in terms of draws on liquidity, all right, after I've identified my dealing range, draws on liquidity is where I believe price is heading to, is my draws, my target. This is where I think price is heading towards, okay? So if we take dealing range buy side, I know, well, before we take either side, right? Once I establish my dealing range, based on my time-based range, based on my style of trading, okay? I know key liquidity, above and below as potential draws on liquidity, where I think price is heading to. All right. So above dealing range, we have previous day's high. Okay, we have previous day's high above dealing range. So if we take dealing range buy side, previous day's high will be my draw on liquidity. This is where I believe that price will be heading to next. Okay, that's what a draw on liquidity is. Any questions on that? Any questions on what a draw on liquidity is? Good morning, good people. Good morning, good folks. Now, that means no. Okay, no questions. Yeah, makes sense. So above dealing range, we have previous day's high. And we have Friday's lunch session, open range, buy side. We also have Friday's dealing range, buy side above price. Let me go ahead and draw that out. I don't really care what's happening right now because I'm waiting until opening range is complete. So whatever happens, I don't mind missing it. I don't want to be tempted. Yeah, let's take that to about 4:15. Let's adjust this into, it's a buy side liquidity, but it's also dealer range. Where's the blue right there? Let's change that to blue as well. Okay, get okay. Then we can get this bad boy in there as well. Potential draws on liquidity. And liquidity comes in the forms of highs and lows, okay? So it can be a session high and low. It can be a daily high and low. It can be a weekly high and low, monthly high and low. Buy side. I need just the one. Change it to blah. I need to adjust those things too. Don't mind having to adjust them all the time. And then below dealing range, we look at below dealing range. We're looking at liquidity. All right. We have previous day's low, which is also the last 3 days low. And that's pretty much all we have below dealer range so far. All right. Anything else would be that midweek open range gap inefficiency. Okay. So if we take dealing range sell side, previous day's low would be my draw on liquidity. Okay. If we take dealing range buy side, previous day's high will be my draw on liquidity. When it comes to, well, we'll talk about that one if and when we get a trade and if that makes sense or not. Reset chart view. Oh. Yesterday's price action was so nice. Oh my God. Even that trade I was in that was like that tested my patience for like, it really did test me my patience yesterday. And it was because I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't stick to it. And then anyway, as always, right, when we take one side of the dealing range, we establish our condition for the day. So yesterday we took dealing range sell side, we established, it was here, dealing range sell side. This is just an old one as a draw on liquidity, which price came to. Dealing range sell side, so you're waiting, right, for price to retrace into a premium to then catch the continuation to the downside, all right? So we caught the retracement into a premium. Okay, obviously we got out somewhere over here, but it came all the way up here, gave us -2 on our trade. Obviously post 10 o'clock was a much nicer setup anyway, but we move and we digress. When we came into a premium though, right, we got a continuation set up here, which obviously would have, once you adjusted your stop, would have come and taken you out. And then going into PM session, this was lunch, going into PM session, it also gave us another opportunity to catch the retracement in the premium of the range, right, 50% of the range. So very nice price action yesterday. Exactly what I'm looking for in price, exactly what happened. It didn't quite come all the way down to where I was anticipating it to come down to, But it gave you enough range to take something, right? Take something off the market, move to break even, and hope to see it gets to your target. It's not always going to get to your target. That's why you take partials, you pay the trader. But yesterday's price action, super good. Just added more confidence, more data to what I'm looking for, and to stick to what I'm looking for, because it works. It does what it needs to do. I don't need to adjust it. I don't need to change anything. I'm Gucci Poochie on my processes, just minor refinements here and there, but other than that, pretty much solid in terms of what I'm doing here. And I don't need to change it, I don't need to change it. The beauty of what I do is that every day I know I can come into the market, do the same thing, and find something, take a small bite out of the market. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. I love it. This is always how I wanted my trading to be when I first got into this. This is always what I wanted, step by step by step. First you do this, then you do this. If this happens, you do that. It just takes the emotions, right? The guesswork out of it, because you already have the processes, you have the systems in place, right? And you let price action tell you what it wants to do. So we're waiting to establish our condition. We've established our weekly condition. Bear with me as I adjust this here. This is what I don't like. I just wish it did it on its own. Soon everything will be automatic. Soon everything will just be done for me. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I have to manually do it my damn self. This is just the first week without session highs and lows. I feel good without it. I haven't really thought about the session highs and lows so far. It was only been one day. It's only been one day. But so far so good, right? The chart looks a bit more cleaner, not too much lines on the chart. Yeah. I don't mind not having them on there. They were the foundation, right? One setup for life was the foundation of everything, and then I just built upon it, refined, and now I'm here. So even though I don't have them on the chart, they are what got me to where I'm at. So I really do appreciate the session highs and lows. But right now, I think I've evolved from session highs and lows. I like what I'm doing here. So, but obviously, there's still a time-based range that anybody can use as well, right? But for me personally, no longer necessary for me. Well, let's see how this week goes. But so far, I don't miss them. Hold on. There was a topic at hand today. I'm not sure if I answered the question at hand. But Di said she had no question, so I'm assuming I answered the question at hand. Or the point of invalidation, no? Oh, this is on the fib, yeah? Is that the fib, yeah? We don't want it on the fib, mate. Oh, did you take either side of previous day? No, we haven't taken either side of previous day, have we now? So if you're using previous day's range to determine your condition going into today, all right, we haven't taken either side of previous day's range, so you'll be waiting. This is why I have multiple ranges, right? Not the fib, mate. I'm not trying to pick up the fib. I'm trying to pick up the parallel channel, mate. There we go. Oh, my neck. I don't know how I've been sleeping recently, but my bloody neck, wait. Let me make sure I switched the accounts. Yes, I did. I'm waiting till 10 o'clock. Okay, I'm waiting till 10 o'clock. As we saw on the economic calendar, we have high impact news coming out at 10. So I'm waiting till the news release, and then I want to anticipate my setup forming, okay? Just like tomorrow, all right? Best trading opportunity will be after 10:30. Thursday, depending on how today and tomorrow goes, we'll just be watching, we'll be tape reading Jackson Hole Symposium. So the economic calendar, right, is the first thing we look at before we even look at the charts, right? It tells us when to anticipate a setup, okay? We look for high to medium impact news, all right? We don't care what this is the wrong thing. We don't care what the news release says, what is actually coming out. We don't give a damn, right? We don't, that's just the smoke herein, right? That's the distraction piece. We don't care what the news is saying. We just need to know that there's news, high to medium impact news coming out that gives us, you know, an optimal day to take a trade. And then we wait for that news to come out. Some news you can trade before, all right? The news that you really don't want to be in the market before are three news. CPI, you don't want to be in the market before that. CPI comes out before I start my session anyway, so it doesn't bother me. CPI, NFP comes out before my session starts anyway, so it doesn't bother me either. NFP and FOMC. FOMC is a PM session. It comes out after, so technically on FOMC days, the mornings, you really should wait. But you know, if you know what you're doing, you can trade. But wait for the news to come out. Those are the three news that you don't want to be in the market before, right? A session before FOMC is okay, but that lunch session, I would really avoid it and just wait till after the news comes out in the PM session. So those three news you don't want to be in the market before, but any other news that comes out, you're more than, it's a personal preference, right? You can come out, you can enter the market before the news comes out, okay? Or you can wait till the news comes out and then anticipate your setup. Just whatever your data says for you to do, right? Wherever your data, you have confidence in having collected the data on to do, that's what you want to do. But the economic calendar tells us when to anticipate a setup, okay? Tells us when, all right? And the economic calendar is something that's widely available to everybody. You can even look ahead. This is what I use Forex Factory. You can look ahead to see what days we're going to have medium to high impact news and schedule your trading around that. You know what I'm saying? Schedule your trading around where the high to medium impact news are going to come out, when they're going to come out, all right? This is a resource that's available to everybody. Comes out, then they let you know way ahead of time. You can look for the whole year. You know what I mean? There was a second part to your question, Di, wasn't there? Or did I answer it on draws on liquidity? So above and below dealing range, right? You know key highs and lows, all right? Session highs and lows, daily highs and lows, weekly highs and lows, monthly highs and lows. And whichever side of the dealing range gets taken, the next liquidity, highs and low above that, right? Or below that would be your draw on liquidity. Like that's where you're anticipating price to draw to, right? All right, awesome. So when you adjust your stop though, like yesterday, when you adjust the stop, that is saying you believe, right, that price is moving in the direction of where you want it to go. So this would be the last line in the sand to invalidate, hey, price not continuing in that direction for you. So by you adjusting your stop to that swing high, you are saying at this point in time, if price hits this swing high, potentially it's no longer going in the direction I want it to go, and this is where I want to cut the trade at. So it becomes your new point of invalidation. Obviously, sometimes you could be wrong, right? Sometimes you could be right. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. How big do you want it? Yeah. I could do it. Bigger than that still, mate. Okay, kid, okay. What size? 14. Okay. What is molding? We can bold it. Heading to dealing range buy side. Went to the gun range yesterday. It was the first time in a while. It's been a minute since we went to the gun range. Yeehaw! I've been a red-blooded American. Exercising my, what is it? What amendment is that one? Is that Second Amendment or First Amendment? Which amendment is that? I'm not American, so I don't know. Which amendment is that? The right to bear arms and shoot that bitch. Which amendment is that one? Anybody know? Anybody know which amendment? Let's test you how American you are. Who knows which amendment the guns come under? Which one is that? Because I don't know. It's first. Yeah, I believe it's one of those two, right? I think it's one of those two. It's second or Second Amendment? Yeah, I was exercising my Second Amendment rights by the Constitution. Yeah, first is freedom of speech. I believe so. Yeah. It had been a minute, so the targets were a bit off, It was a bit off. Like getting adjusted back to like holding the gun again, handling the gun, shooting. When I'm consistent, I can feel like I'm getting good at it. And haven't been practicing my dry fire. Usually like 10 minutes out of my day, I'll work on dry fires, practices, drills and stuff at home. I need to get back on that, I need to get back on that. Just 10 minutes a day, just so I can get better. Like anything, like any skill. If you don't work on it, you lose it. You lose it. All right, I was about to say, what are you talking about, retracement? 9:50 macro. But I said 9:30 macro. That ain't a macro though. 9:50 Mac. Miss Mary Mac. Or dressed in black. I would say if you don't own one, I would get one. Because the way the world is moving nowadays, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. Okay, and if you do get one, learn how to use it, learn how to maneuver it, how to hold it, how to handle it. Okay, because if you don't know how to do that, then you shouldn't get one. I'm looking to get a collection. Not yet though. Not yet. I'm looking to get a collection. Also, buy the freedom seeds that come with it, because without that, it's useless, right? We're waiting. Nothing for us to do here, right? Nothing for us to do, all right? So 3-step trading process. We haven't got step 1 yet, so there's no need for us to go into step 2 and step 3, all right? Step 1, condition, all right? Determine bias through time and price, okay? Time and price, right? Before looking for an entry, we establish a time-based range, all right? Every range gives us 3 important pieces of information, all right? We get the high, we get the 50%, the equilibrium, and we get the low, okay? We get the high, the 50% equilibrium, which is the midpoint of the range, and we get the low, all right? The midpoint divides the range into premium and discount. Premium is the upper 50% of the range. Discount is the lower 50% of the range, okay? So above 50% premium, below 50% discount, all right? So best buying conditions, right, will occur in a discount. Best selling conditions will occur in premium. Best, know that it says best conditions, right? Doesn't mean it's the only condition that to happen in those areas, okay? Just the best. It's important to note that, right, premium and discount isn't the signal itself, right, to buy or sell, right? It's a location where we prefer the trade to stage, where we prefer step 2 to occur, right? Is the location. So right now we're waiting for one side of our daily range to get liquidated, to get taken, right, to establish our condition. We don't have that yet. So there's nothing for us to do. Inside the range trading is something we can do, right, based on where we are in the premium and discount, and if there is PD arrays within that premium or discount. So in the discount, we have previous week's low here. So if we were to come down into a discount, into previous week's low, we would be anticipating, right, maybe a potential long, right, buy condition, right? But understand that you're inside of the range and the condition hasn't been established yet, okay? Those are the least probable trading conditions that you can have when you're inside the range trade. Doesn't mean you can't do it, because sometimes price won't break out of the range to give you a condition, okay? But you need experience to inside the range trade, okay? Collect the data on that. If it makes sense for you, it makes sense for you. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. No trading is also a trading decision, right? Now, when it comes to time-defined ranges, right? The range depends on the trader's style. Like I always say, it depends on your trading style, right? So depending on what style of trading you want to do, we have scalping, we have day trading, short-term trading, swing trading, position trading, and long-term investing in the stock market, which I don't recommend, but hey, it's not up to me. It's whatever floats your boat. I wouldn't recommend long-term investing, even position trading. Swing trading, yes, maybe. You can swing with that. But really, I recommend, but really day trading. No, scalping, yes, no, but depends on your preference and your personality and your time constraint, right? Your trading style really depends on your lifestyle, your preference, your risk tolerance, and how much time you have to dedicate to the charts, right? So a time-based range based on scalping, I would say opening range, which is 9:30 to 10 o'clock, or first hours dealing range, which is 9:30 to 10:30. Highest high, lowest low, and the midpoint of that. All right, wait for one side of that to get taken. Same thing we do here in the dealing range. Okay, for day trading, recommend previous day's range or current price action from Monday. I'm tripping, from 12 a.m. to 9:15. Highest high, lowest low, midpoint of that will give you your dealing range for the day, determine your daily condition, or you can use previous day's range, whichever one floats your boat. Short-term trading, where you're holding trades for about 2 to 3 days, but within the week you're done, right? But obviously, if you get into a trade on Friday, you hold over the weekend as well. That's also short-term trading. I suggest maybe previous week's ranges, all right, previous week's range, and or Monday's range, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., right, which gives me my weekly condition, right? You can use that for short-term trading. That's one short, one kill right there. Beautiful stuff. I back tested it. Super nice. Last week it didn't give us nothing too crazy, but did it? We came back up here. Or did it? No, I don't think I remember seeing anything, to be honest, too crazy. It was Monday, but it wasn't based on the range. These are just recommended time-based ranges for your style of trading, okay? For swing trading, previous week, previous month's range. We're back at equilibrium of the dealing range. We still haven't established the condition yet. But we have established a weekly condition, okay? So if you wanted to take trades in the direction of the weekly, right? Nothing wrong with that. Okay, that's why I was saying if we come down to a discount into previous week's low here and potentially gives me a buy setup, I would be interested because it's going with my weekly condition. It's going in the direction of the weekly. Is my point. We just wait patiently until the market tips its hand to us, all right? Lets us know what it wants to do, and then we'll just move accordingly to what the market says. It's that simple. We don't try to impose our will on the market. We don't try to make the market do anything that it doesn't want to do, right? Or try to look for something that isn't even there. We have simple set of rules, right? We wait for each rule to be met, and then we move on to the next, okay? If it hasn't been met, there's nothing for us to do. We sit still. Enjoy watching the candlesticks print. You know what I mean? At 9:30, create this. Oh, okay. You're a new week opening gap. I see you. I see you. I see you. Interesting. Not my setup though. So despite your style of trading, right, the process stays the same, right? It's the time-based range that changes, not the process in what you're doing. It's important for me to reinforce that, right? The process stays the same regardless of your style of trading. It's not a different style of trading with a different process. Process stays the same, right? Just the style of trading changes, which changes your time-based range that you're using. Itchy, 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 itchy. Oh, it's 10 o'clock already, mate. Damn, time flew. That went by real quick, mate. I didn't even know what was going on. It just flew by. I'm waiting for this 1 minute candle to close, all right? But that was super duper quick, mate. I did not anticipate that coming around that quickly. All right, it's 10 o'clock. We've got opening range. Now we haven't established a daily condition. We have established a session condition, right? We've taken open range sell side. So for the session, we're in a sell program, which is going against our weekly. Now I can take a trade, right? Because I have a condition established, right? It may not be the daily, but it's a session condition that has been established. So I want to see, right? I'm anticipating lower prices based on the session condition. I want to see a retracement into a premium, which is right here, 50% of open range, right here. Then a continuation to the downside, okay? So right now, based on the session condition, my draw on liquidity is first previous week's low, all right, and then dealing range sell side. Since we've taken dealing range sell side, all right, my draw on liquidity is lower. I'm anticipating price is going to continue in that direction until proven otherwise, okay? So first draw on liquidity is previous week's low, which is the next key liquidity we have below session liquidity, open range low. And then the next in line would be dealing range low, okay, as my draw on liquidity. Until we take dealing range open range buy side, sorry, oh my God. So we take open range buy side, which is in close proximity to dealing range buy side, okay? Got relative equal highs up here. So our news has come out already, okay? Didn't have any effect on price action, really and truly. Look at that, it's just a regular candle. It's just a regular candle. So we're looking to be a seller in this session here. Okay, we're looking to be a seller in this session. Previous week is in line with consequent encroachment of open range gap. Consequent encroachment just means a midpoint, all right? Just a midpoint of a gap or an inefficiency. Mean threshold is a midpoint of a candle or like an order block. Just a fancy word to say midpoint. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Price can also head to our draw without giving us the opportunity to partake in it. It can do that. To do, so get your ass in the car, come through. Shiver me timbers. Just above. Girl, you know we got things to do, so get your ass in the car and come through. We have time, we have price, just waiting on the institutional pattern. We're in a discount of dealing range. All right, we're taking a short-term low below external liquidity, open range sell side. We get a market structure shift back above here. I'll be interested in the retracement setup into a premium. Small enough range now. I like this range better than this one. Where -1 is way before equilibrium of that range. So let's see if we get that. Market structure shift here. We'll confirm a retracement. Yeah, you know we got things to do, so get your ass in the car and come through. Excuse me. At least with no first hour of dealing range, low will be different. Gives it to me. I'll be interested. Sniper is in position. Not yet confirmed, not yet confirmed. Right there. Pulling the trigger. Pulling the trigger. And the outcome is out of my hands. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's get 2 at -1. 1550. Buying, yep, I need a sell limit. Give us 3 contracts, so 2 comes about -1, and final terminus will be -1.5. 375 we're looking at. And macro is complete. 375 right there. Thank you very much. All right, now if we get taken out here on the sell side, we'll confirm a continuation as sell side. Continuation sell setup, sorry, I should say. No inefficiency in this range, so we're looking at this OB here. As in, we don't want to see no body closure in the main threshold of that order block. It's a bullish one. We're in there now. It's out of our hands. It's in the market, the model, in the trade management's hands. We accept the risk that comes with it. Nothing for us to do here but pay attention to the candlesticks and the storyline that they're telling us. So far, so good. All right, like I said, I don't want to see any body closure in the main threshold of this order block here. If this is a high probability setup, let's say 1, 2, 3. In the next 2 minutes, it needs to leave this area. It's doing it. It's just not in my in the direction I want it to do it in, isn't it? Yeah, you know we got things to do, so get your ass in that come through. Waiting to see if we get body closure here. Nope, still no body closure. Fat lady is on the stage though, but she hasn't entered the stage. $14, $15, next 15-minute candle is about to open. Less than a minute. Let's see. Yeah, you know we got things to do, so get your way. About to smack us out. There it is. No worries. That's okay. Only thing promised to us here. Take the losses with the wins. I'll be watching this as a continuation to the sell side. Game reminder. Yes, I know I got a game. Watching this as a continuation to the sell to dealing range sell side. First, obviously, previous week's low. I'm not gonna jump in straight away though. I'll wait till 10:30. Unless I see something clean right now. Yeah, you know we got nothing to do, so get your ass in the car, come through. I'll look at the outcome of that trade in a second, bear with me. Two, 222. Was the loss? It does it. I will be back. Fair enough, right? Nothing wrong with that setup. There's a setup I'll take over and over and over again. So let's get that screenshot real quick. You know we got things to do, so get your ass in, I come through. Why has it been? Why has it been so? Why has it been so? We're watching this, right, as a continuation to the sell side. after we were taken out. I'm going to take this off though. Why has it been so? -1 still before equilibrium. Well, trying to delete it, or I can keep it there because it's coming up. Said, nah, not yet. Patience, young warrior. Why has it been so? Let's see how many contracts this would have been. On the short. 3 contracts, same. The only other place we'll get on the short, right, is at that low, or either that or equilibrium. So this is valid. So we're watching it. One thing I'm starting to realize too is on the setups where, excuse me, I don't know what's in my throat, man. On the setups where majority of my losses comes from, there is no inefficiency in that leg, in the displacement leg. So I'm collecting the data, and if I get more data to back that, hey, I require an inefficiency in that leg before I get into the market, then that's what we're gonna do. But for now, we'll do all and collect the data, right? But anyway, the inefficiency or fair value gap, I should say, the same thing, adds more confluence to the setup from what I've been seeing. So good data to collect. Good data to collect. Because this one, like I said, we had no inefficiencies, just the order block here. But even the continuation to the sell side, there is no inefficiencies in this leg here. So do those count too? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Let the data decide. Set into our draw. Terminus on this trade would have been negative 1.5. So let's see if we get that. On the continuation sell, once we got taken out, right? Obviously, it gave us more information. It confirmed that price wants to continue lower. Okay, so I could have jumped back in, but I'm giving it a breather. I like to take time in between trades at this stage right now, right? I don't mind collecting the data, right, for later on being able to jump right back in once the market gives me more information. Hey, you're potentially offside. Yeah, this is where we're actually going. Okay, so taking a loss, right, gives you information. You're paying for premium insight. It's the cost of doing business, right? That was the cost of me doing business today, to get more information from price action. Okay, so 2 would be coming off at -1, which is where previous week's low is, and then terminus at -1.5. So let's see if we get that, and let's see if that loss here would have been mitigated, but getting back in. When you learn from your losses, is that really a loss? Tough. It's tough to say you're losing when you're learning. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I'm watching this inefficiency here to support price lower. I just didn't have the confidence to jump back in, And that's on me. That's on me. That's because I probably haven't collected enough data on this. But I just didn't have the confidence to jump back in. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I stayed out, I did what I was comfortable with. I stayed out. Let's see if I preserved my capital by doing that, right? Oh. Hit previous day's equilibrium. $8.28. What? When is that? When is that? When is that? When is that? Oh. Oh, where did I drag that one to? Take it to 12. About to get first hours dealing range in a bit here. First loss of the week. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, we got some time. Or 2 minutes. Just let it do his thing. We paid for premium insight. Cost of doing business. Draw on liquidity right now is previous week's low. And depending on how price behaves there, we have dealing range sell side. -1 would have been smashed there on the continuation sell set up there. And mitigating our loss there. Would have got made some back, not all of it. Let's see if final terminus gets hit. And we have a couple more seconds until we're confirmed the first hour's dealing range. Get it going though. Oh, no. Oh, is it? What do you mean? Wait, man. Wait, man. All right. Negative 1.5 getting smashed. -2. Dealing range sell side getting liquidated. So there you go. We would have made our money back right there on that continuation sell. Okay. Once we took that loss, right, it gave us premium insight. It gave us more information on where price wanted to go. Yes, we were anticipating a retracement, but it said, no, I want to continue lower, which it did. All right. Right off that low as well. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Now we got first hour's dealing range. Late notification on our part here. -2. Trade would be at break even now. Let's see if we get something to mitigate that loss. If not, that's okay. We'll sit on the L. But we would have got something right here. Okay. But that was on me. I don't know what it was, but I just wasn't confident in that continuation. It was a fair trade. Fair trade. I'm happy I watched it, right? I'm happy it did what I wanted to see it do, right? I'm happy to know that in the future, in the event, right, that I should be in the same predicament again, I'll have the confidence, right, to jump back in and mitigate my L, okay? Because that's what this trade would have done for me. So we take it on the chest. We take it on the chest and we move. We keep it pushing. Losses are the only thing guaranteed. Okay? It's never going to be smooth sailing. You're going to take a loss. You're guaranteed a loss and a series of losing trades. And when you take a loss, doesn't mean that's it. You hang up the flag and you go home. No, you analyze the price action, right? The loss is giving you information on price. Potentially you're offside. I want to go the other way. And if you take a loss, then you sit back. You're like, okay, chill. Chill. But cool. Cool. Good to know. We'll see if first hour 1050 macro gives us anything. So we're taking dealing range sell side, right? We're waiting for price to retrace into a premium to then catch the continuation to the downside. We've established our daily condition as a sell program, going against our weekly, but in line with the session, okay? Watching how price behaves in this inefficiency here to continue higher. Let's see. Or if you come below it, get a closure below it, how it supports price lower. That's fair, you know. That's fair. That's fairs. We had time, we had price, so go back in. Could have done it. Below dealing range, since we hit both draws on liquidity, below dealing range, we have previous day's low and 3-day low. 3-day look back low as current draws on liquidity. Potential where price is heading to. Sticking with that bias, all right, that program until we take dealing range buy side. Wait, hold on now. What's this 202? What's the low of this candle? 202.75. No, it doesn't go any lower. It doesn't. Where the midpoint at though? Can't even see the midpoint. Yeah, we'll wait. I can't get the line. We can't see the number in the middle here. If it touched it or went lower. Because that would be a retracement. But I really can't confirm. It seems to be on previous week. So whatever previous week's low is, that's what it is. It didn't go below it though. 202.75, 202.50. Nah. Seems to be neck right on previous week's low. So potentially this could be a retracement setup, but I'm not sure because I can't confirm nor deny. But we'll watch it anyway. We can go ahead and get rid of this now. We've done what it needed to do for us. Our break even would have come and taken us out right there on this candle. But it would have made our loss back. That's all I need to know. Similar thing like this occurred last week too, when we didn't take either side of dealing range. Then we took open range sell side. We established a condition for the session, and we went to in the direction of where dealing range was at. Noted. If I get another opportunity here, I'll jump back in. No rush though, but if I get another opportunity, I'll jump back in. You made me wanna, hold on after, just to put it down on you. My mistress and I'm in queue. Got her after 2, just to put it down on you. You made me wanna leave, and all of the things that you believe in. If he hadn't adjusted stop, we still would be in there. That's also always something for me to take into consideration, right? My stop management. But I'm happy with where it is. If he came to take me out after 3 partials, then you know, it is what it is. I'm not meant to be in the remainder of it. It did what it needed to do for me. You know? Next 15-minute candle starts in less than 2 minutes. We're in a discount of the range, right? Best buying conditions will occur here. If we do get buy setup, it will be a retracement setup, potentially into a premium, which is right here. Depending on the range, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But for this morning, the continuation sell here was our setup after we took the L on the retracement. Come into this 15-minute inefficiency here. We've got relative equal highs up here. So my eyes are drawn to this right here. Since we've taken sell side already down here. Back at previous week's low. What you want to do here at previous week's low? Intermediate low, maybe, potentially. Let's see. I've started the next 15-minute candle. Just to put it down on you. You made me wanna. $10.50 max around the corner. Looking to catch the continuation potentially up here. Equilibrium of the range. From here to here, depending on the range, if I get a retracement, I'll have to see -1 before equilibrium. Yeah, the fat lady definitely sang on our ass today. Fat lady definitely sang one on our ass today. She was ushered on. She definitely did. We got some for that fat lady though. Don't worry. I got some for that fat lady. You wait. Let's see what 1050 macro is saying. Fat lady definitely had the one for us today. He was singing. She said, I'm tired of this skinny lady. We didn't have time to usher the fat lady on the stage, to be honest. She started singing from off the stage. She started singing from off the bloody stage, mate. Come on, 1050 Mac. What you got for us? You got nothing, that's okay too, all right? No pressure. But the pressure will make you feel. Mm-hmm. 1050 macro. Let's see if we get another opportunity here. With the draw right here. Come on now. Come on now. Let's come on now. Yeah, I'm not liking this. Something here potentially for retracement. But not for me though. Not for me. Not for me. I'm looking for what's for me. What's for me will be for me. And it won't be for anybody else. For real. Fuck the fat lady. I can't think I can swear on this bit. F that fat lady. Some days the fat lady will sing on you. She will sing I'm looking for a continuation sell up in here. If it gives it to me during this macro time. With it, okay, I'm watching where the body's closed, but still closing above previous weeks. So for my data said that pretty much doesn't mean much, all right? It's just information, but its price could still continue lower. I know, will make you feel for sure. You know I feel. Wait. Oh. Come on. We ain't got long left here. If we don't get anything, we don't get anything, right? We'll sit on the L and call it a day. Maybe lunch will give us something. Maybe we'll get something for lunch. If I'm still here, and if it's clean, why not? You see $100 on the road, what are you gonna do? You're gonna walk past it? Hell no, you're gonna pick it up, and you're gonna pray for more. When the market gives you $100, you pick it up and you keep it pushing. When it takes $100 from you, you take it and you keep it pushing. No emotions, just logic. I know when it comes to money, though, it's tough to control your emotions. Very tough. Very, very, very tough. That's why it's process over outcome. Outcome is secondary to the process. You follow the process, yes, you understand there's going to be losses, but you should have enough data to support that your model will, the losses will outweigh the wins. I mean, well, the wins will outweigh the losses in your model. You have data to support that. Could potentially get rid of these too, you know, but we'll leave it for now. New 15-minute candle in less than 2 minutes. Be 11 o'clock. If I get to mitigate this loss today, great. If I don't, great. We'll be back tomorrow. I had the opportunity though to do that. Passed me by. It is what it is. A lesson learned. We collected the data, building the confidence to next time be able to do that. You know, do what I need to do. Oh. Looking for a retracement up here and a continuation. What? I said that so wrong. We're looking for a continuation up here and a retracement potentially down here or here. If it gives it to me, I'll still be interested, depending on the range, depending on where -1 is at. Depends on the range and where -1 is at. But 1L on the day today, 222. We can close this one out. Pressure will make you. Got 10 minutes to see something. Ten minutes to make some shake. All right, we got a question in the chat from Hero08. Hello, if you could give someone advice to excuse me, I don't get paid to read. if you could give some advice to someone wanting to start out as a trader, what advice would you give? Ooh. Good question. Good question. Oh, that's a good question. Advice I would give you is focus on the process, all right? Understand the process, what makes you be a buyer, what makes you be a seller, what makes you stay out the market, right? Have a plan, have a process, backtest that plan, collect enough data on that plan, right? On that model to make sure that, hey, you've seen it occur in past price action enough for it to be like, okay, this is something I can see a potential in being consistent and profitable, right? Backtest that, forward test it, tape read it, and then you can go live with it, okay? But a good advice I would give you is master the skill first, right? Master the skill. Don't worry about the money. Forget the money aspect in trading. I know we all get into trading to make money, but initially we have to put the money outside, right? Making money as a back burner, right? Focus on mastering the skill. Focus on what you're looking for in the price action, okay? Get closer to price action before even thinking about making money? But that's a very good question. If you are starting out as a new trader, another advice I would give you is go to imthetrader.com. Go to imthetrader.com, register to be part of the academy. It's free, all right? And watch the free beginner trading basics, all right? We walk you through the beginner basics, what every new and aspiring trader must know before entering the market, before putting risks behind trading, okay? These are all the information that you need to know before even opening up a chart, okay? All right? Very good question, though. Very good question. Hopefully I answered it well. I think I could have answered it a bit better, to be honest, but off the top of my head, that's what I would recommend. I like that question. I'm gonna take a picture of that question because I don't feel like I did it justice in this answer I just gave. And I'll answer it again. Did that help you, Hero Zero? Did that help a little bit? If it didn't, be honest, because I can fix it. I'm not happy with the answer I gave, to be honest. So if it didn't help you, then I'll understand. But very, very good question. Haha. No worries. Thank you for that question. I appreciate that. Was that well said? I think I could have said it better though, you know? I think it could have been said better. I'm always working on myself, right? And the way I explain things, I'm not very, that's one of the skills that I'm working on, right? My explanation in terms of understanding something and explaining it in a way that other people can also understand it, you know? But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. But this is the best industry to be in. So if you're thinking about it, Hero Zero, I would 100% jump in head first. But first, master the skill first. Master the skill. And you do that without no monetary outcome, without no attachment to the trade, without even knowing that you're going to make money, right? You're just trying to find a model, have a plan and process that you're following every single day, all right? Backtest that model, right? Go into past price action, look for that model, see how many times it panned out, see how many times it didn't pan out. Then you want to walk that model forward, right? You want to walk that model forward, collect the data. Then you want to demo that model, demo it. Go on a demo account. It's free on TradingView. There's no risk to you, right? That's where you get to really find out your risk tolerance, right? How much risk can you take in a trade? Let's say you initially start off with 1% in your risk that you're taking in a trade. Say every trade that you take, you're risking 1% of the account size. You find out in a demo when you take that 1% loss, when you get that feeling inside like, ooh, it's just your stomach isn't sitting well. Hey, I'm not at 1% yet, right? Maybe I need to reduce my risk. Or maybe you find out 1% is too low for you and you need to go to 1.5. Yes. Yes, demo. Demo. We got 2 more minutes on this macro. Let's see if it gives us anything. If it doesn't, that's okay. That's all fair. But hero to zero, hero zero, I highly recommend you check out imthetrader.com. imthetrader.com. Oh. Let me put it in the chat. Check out imthetrader.com. Join the academy. Watch the free beginner training video. All right. We'll put you in the best position starting out. Okay. Yeah, it's in there. I just dropped it in there. It's free. Everything I put on there is free. I'm working on a next step. After you watch the beginner training video, what's the next step for you to do? I'm working on it. I've been saying I'm working on it for so long. I need to start working on it. You know what I mean? I need to stop working on it and get it done. Let me know what you think about it, though. Let me know what you think about it. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. If you learn something, let me know. If you don't learn something, let me know. Like I said, I'm always looking to improve. It's 11:10. Macro's done. Didn't give us anything really to engage on. I'm not seeing nothing clean in the charts today, right now. Except for this one here, right? We took a loss, but it gave us, we paid for premium insight, gave us more information, right? That, hey, potentially I want to go to the draw on liquidity. I don't want to retrace into a premium. I want to continue going lower. And that's exactly what I did. That was a very good question. Jinx, what you owe me? You owe me dinner. No more. What was back in the, what was it? It was soda. It was like drinks back then, right? Now that we're older, it's about when you jinx somebody, they owe you a dinner, mate. That was a very, very good question by Hero Zero. I really appreciate that question because it gave me something to think about. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for that question. Let's see if we get anything at 11:15. Going into lunch. I'm not going to push it though. We're going to wrap this up soon. I guess the better answer to that question would be to the beginner training video, right? but not really. That just gives them another place to go to, right? It's just, what's a good answer for that question? Master the skill. Master the skill. Then the money will follow. Which is our goal here anyway. Our goal here, right, is to give new and aspiring traders a process, a plan, right, in terms of how they need to be looking at the market when they open these charts, how they need to be viewing the charts, the markets, how they need to be approaching the market, what makes them be a buyer, what makes them be a seller, what makes them stay out of the market. That is our goal here, right? So Hero Zero, you keep showing up here and we'll get you to where you need to be. But first, you need to watch that beginner training video. If you don't watch that beginner training video, you're going to be behind. You're not going to really understand all the things I'm saying, all right? So I would recommend, another piece of good advice for new traders would be to watch that beginner training video, okay? Because that will give you the foundation that when you show up here, it will make it 100% much easier, right? You'll understand it more. And you have to keep showing up. It's like learning a new language, right? You're not going to get it in the first couple days, first couple months. You have to stay in that, right? You have to immerse yourself in that language continuously. All right, let's do a trade performance review and be done on the day for today, and we'll be back at it as usual tomorrow. All right, but let's do a trade performance review. I'm not seeing anything here right now. Like I said, I want to catch the continuation sell in the premium up here. So I'm waiting for price to come up here. If it gives this to me during lunch session, and if I'm in front of the charts, I will engage. But if not, really and truly, I'm okay with my performance today, okay? Showed up today, followed my precision protocols, and that's it. What I did well today, all right, is I showed up, all right? I got 1% better, gained experience, learned lessons that I'll take into my next trading day, next trading sessions. Showed up today, followed my precision protocols, and didn't deviate from it. So I'm very happy and pleased with my performance today, even though we're walking out with a loss, right? Although that loss could have been mitigated, that was on me, it was on the trader. I wasn't confident. And if I'm not confident in something, I don't want to put risk behind it, right? Every trade that you see me take is because I'm confident in that trade. I'm confident in the outcome, whether the outcome is going to be positive or negative. I'm confident enough to get into that trade, okay? And if I'm not confident, I stay out, and I'm okay with whatever the outcome is and just watch it do its thing, okay? Today, I stayed out and I let the market show me, right? Hey, you were right in terms of, hey, you paid for premium insight. If you wanted to jump back in on the sell side, you could have, all right? Now I have that data. Now I'm building that confidence next time to be able to be like, yes, I can get back in, right? Once I take that loss, okay? So taking a loss, although it may sting, all right, but that's the only thing promised to us here, all right? We're going to take losses. We're going to take series of losses, okay? It's our job to preserve capital and prepare for that loss, okay? And when you take a loss, it gives you premium insight on price action, okay? We took a retracement set up here, took a loss, all right? Price was telling us, hey, we don't want to go any higher, right? We want to continue lower in the discount, okay? That's what we want to do, and that's what I did, and we would have mitigated our loss that we took here, okay? I'll take that on the chin for today, and that will be what I'm taking out of today's session, all right? Regardless of my outcome of the trade, that's what I'm taking out today, okay? So now I know I can easily mitigate the loss. We're right in that same session, okay? What I fell short today, I woke up at a decent hour, got my morning routine in. Chart-wise, I showed up, followed my precision protocol, didn't deviate from it. So pat myself on the back today. I don't think I fell short anywhere, all right? I'm happy with my performance. How can I improve for next day, next trading session? Is keep showing up, right? Keep seeking excellence in everything that I do. Don't let short-term adversity, losses, series of losses deter me, distract me from what I got going on. Keep taking small steps in the right direction and eventually we'll get to our destination and analyze the data, analyze the data, analyze the data, analyze the data. We're not here to collect data just to collect data, okay? We're here to collect the data, analyze the data, extract the information we need from that data so we can refine, adjust our processes, our procedures and protocols, and what we're doing here, all right? But other than that, solid morning from us here. I'm the Trader Capital. Yeah, I hope you guys took something out of today's session, okay? If anything, losses are the only guarantee here, okay? So don't be scared of them. Embrace them, embrace them. That's why in the beginning, all right, when you're learning, right, you want to take as many losses as you can on a demo account. You want to take as many losses as you can on a demo account where there's no attachment to you. It doesn't hurt you monetarily, okay, because it's fake money, all right? So you want to at least take 1,000 losses on a demo, all right? Build the confidence up, right? To be able to take a loss and be like, okay, it's nothing. Did I follow my processes? Did I follow my procedures and protocols? Okay, good. Then I'm fine with that loss, right? Keep it pushing, all right? Today, I followed my procedures and protocols, followed my processes, and I took a loss. I'm fine with it. I know, right, based on my data that I've collected, that my model, right, the wins will outweigh the losses, okay? So taking the loss, yeah, it stings in the moment. It hurts. I don't like losing. I hate losses. I hate losing trades. I hate losing, but it's the only place that I have to accept it, right? This is the only place I have to accept it, right? I'm a born winner at heart, okay? I'm a winner, chicken dinner. But when it comes to the markets, I'll take my L's. I'll prepare for the next one, manage my risk, and keep it pushing. Let's wrap it up. Hero Zero, I hope to see you here tomorrow, okay? Get on that academy, watch the beginner training video. Let me know what you think, if it helps you, if it doesn't help you. Hey, I still take whatever feedback you got from me, I will take it because I'm looking to improve as an educator, as a communicator. So whatever feedback you can give me, all right, I'm here for it. And we'll hope to see you tomorrow. Let's wrap this bitch up. Appreciate you all tuning in today.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you. There was a time that I would finish a trading session and still feel lost. Even on days I made money, I didn't really know why it worked. And on losing days, I had no system to fall back on. That's the difference between guessing and having a real edge. And here's the truth. Most traders only focus on entries, but consistency comes from the system behind the entry. So if you've been watching and thinking this makes sense, but I don't have the full system yet, that's exactly why I created the 10% to 1% club. That's where we go deeper into all three pillars, the full model, the risk management system, the money and mindset principles needed to join the 1% club, and the exact process to follow daily. If you're serious about becoming consistent, that is your next step. I used to think the goal was to win more trades, but the real goal is to become the type of trader who can perform no matter the outcome. Because once you have that, the results will follow. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next AM session, kicking off at 9:15 a.m. Kickoff once again at 9:15 a.m. To be on time is to be late, okay? So make sure you show up early. As always, I'm the trader here, signing out. Good luck, good trading. Happy bloody hunting. Remember, you only fail when you quit.